I've been doing SMMA for more than 10,000 hours now, and there is one thing I wish I knew before I got started. And the funny thing is that most of the social media marketing agency gurus don't talk about this thing. Maybe before I get into this thing, it would be very reasonable for me to share my story and how I got into social media marketing in the first place. During my university, I broke up with my girlfriend. This happened in 2013, and out of the depression and my desperation, I actually went into self-development and I started watching YouTube. Long story short, I discovered Elliot House, and in one of his videos he mentioned how whenever he goes to the gym, he listens to audiobooks. And every book that Elliot House mentioned, I actually found a way to read or listen. So I was going to the gym and I was listening to audiobooks, and he actually recommended a lot of audiobooks and books on marketing. This is the first time when I heard about Dan Kennedy, and for those of you who don't know, Dan Kennedy is a huge internet marketing guru, one of the biggest. And this is where the idea of me becoming a marketer, copywriter, kind of like started evolving in my head, because I'm going to law school and my family expects me to go to law schools. My friends expect me to become a lawyer, but the idea of me becoming a marketer sounded very adventurous. I'm naturally curious about influencing other people, persuasion, and I think these things come first nature to me. So a few years forward, I graduated university and it was time for me to get a job. I didn't go to law school at all, but instead I started applying for different types of jobs because I wanted to discover my true passion in life. Back then it was very modern to do what you really love. I think it's even more modern today. So I got a job in sales, I got a job in finance, I got a job in basic digital marketing where I went to answer emails, but none of these jobs was the thing I really liked doing. And I was quitting job after job after job. My family and friends were really disappointed because they were like, you went to law school for 5 years, you're masters in law. There are like a lot of people who make a decent living out of law. Why don't you do it? But I just didn't want to do it. And this is when things started happening for me. So I landed my first Facebook ads job. Back then Facebook ads were hot. This happened in 2017. A lot of people were delivering results, but there weren't many gurus on Facebook ads. I remember there was this guy, Alex Fedorov. I think he still publishes videos. I think there was this guy, John Loomer, and there were a few courses on Udemy. But Facebook ads was nothing the way it is today. So I started going to this job, and in my very first week, my results were just very, very bad. I was about to get fired maybe if I kept on delivering so bad results. That's why I decided to give this job all I had, because I had to pay rent. My friends and family, they're just disappointed. I feel like a complete failure. So I went all in this job. And before I go to work, I would wake up, study copywriting, study media buying, Facebook ads. So 5 a.m. till 7 a.m. I would study, then 7 to maybe 7:30 I would commute to work, and 7:30 or 8 I would start working. And this was like the usual day for me. I remember like most of my colleagues would leave, I would stay a little bit more. So I had this really hustle mindset about me becoming actually excellent at Facebook ads. And to be honest with you, results happened quickly. So I started scaling campaigns like crazy. I got super good at Facebook ads job. And I'm pretty sure at this moment, I was one of the best Facebook ads media buyers in the world. And I could say that because I think in one day, I was able to deliver 1,200 sales. Because of me, this company really grew. They started hiring people. Of course, I got promoted. I was assigned a team, so I was kind of like the marketing manager, and I was managing the budget and the team. So my responsibility increased a lot, but my salary didn't increase that much. Long story short, if you already follow my nature, I decided to quit this job again and start a business. So I started a business about meditations. Believe it or not, I wanted to sell a meditation that helps people attract their soulmate. So I went on Fiverr, I hired a meditation lady or a meditation woman, and she recorded some meditations for me. So I packaged those meditations into a product and I started selling it on Facebook ads. To tell the truth, this product didn't sell at all. I don't think I even sold one copy of this product, and I was just like super lost at this moment. I felt mad at myself because I left my Facebook ads job and I didn't really know how to make this business work. There was not much else to do but just like sit in my desperation. And I remember back then it was in November 2017. It was a cold winter in Sofia, Bulgaria. In Bulgaria, and especially in the area I live in right now, the winters are really gloomy. They're like really gray. It's kind of like rainy or snowing. So it's a very nostalgic, depressing environment or surrounding. And this is the mind frame I am in. So one day I was scrolling on social media and I saw a friend of mine, and she was surfing somewhere in Thailand, or maybe it was Sri Lanka, maybe some exotic country, I don't remember right now. And I see this picture and I see outside of my window and I see the rain and I'm like, how is it possible? So I decided to reach out. She is a super close friend of mine, and I asked her, how do you do it? How do you travel the world? And she's like, I go on Upwork and I find clients, I do graphic design work, and it works really well for me. And this was pretty much the first time I was exposed to the digital nomad lifestyle, because I saw some people doing it on YouTube, but I personally didn't know anybody who did it before I saw this picture. I decided to give it a shot. I decided to go on Upwork and start and try to get some clients out of Upwork. Of course, I was skeptical at first because I know many people who went on Upwork but didn't get any results. So with that in mind, I just decided to create a profile on Upwork. And the first day I decided to send 5 proposals. For those of you who don't know, basically businesses, companies, people go on Upwork, they post a job and you apply as a freelancer or an agency, and you can get the job, and once you get the job, you get the client, you make the money, you get the idea. After I sent my first 5 proposals, I think out of those 5 proposals I got 2 clients, and I started working basically on Upwork. I was getting clients, I was sending proposal, and for the first time in my life I felt I discovered my true passion in life. I discovered what I'm really good at, and pretty much most of my clients were happy with my service, and I got more and more referrals. So at one moment my freelance service grew to an agency. I started hiring people, I started growing the team, and things were going pretty well for me. I was working from Starbucks, I was earning very good money, I was making money. So whenever I went to the grocery store, I could buy whatever I wanted, and for first time I could really afford the things I wanted to buy without thinking, oh, this costs this amount, I don't have the money. I bought a car, I bought a small apartment, so things were going great. And at this moment, I think it was like 2021, maybe 2022, I had 8 to 10 clients and things were crazy. So I have the team, I have the clients, we're spending money on ads. Some clients are maybe making money, some clients are maybe not that profitable. So running the whole thing is really stressful because on one hand, you have the Facebook ads, Google ads, YouTube ads budget to manage. On the other hand, you have the team. On the other hand, you have the clients. So it's like really, really messy. And I remember out of these clients, I had one client who was like super, super big, and he was paying me my biggest retainer. So I focused all of my energy on this client. I wanted to make sure that this client is happy, this client is getting results, because at the end of the day, I really like this client as a person. I really like what they were doing. I think their business served a purpose, and my client really grew. So I think we went from like a really small low six-figure business to growing this business to 8 figures in maybe 2-3 years. And the results were insane. And I was kind of like not neglecting my other clients, but my best effort was going towards serving this client and helping this client grow. Regardless, I was delivering results for this client. At one sunny day, he decided to leave. And I felt very bad because I invested so much time and effort into growing this client. At the moment he left, he was getting results. So I felt really disappointed. I felt somehow betrayed from my own client. There wasn't really anything I could do, because in this agency business, people or clients always leave. Clients always leave no matter what. You can get clients the best results, you can charge super, super cheap, but there are reasons why people leave your agency, and there could be many, many reasons. So to be honest with you, I had some people leaving my agency service before, but with this client I took it like very, very personally somehow. And here's the thing that nobody told me, that it's very similar to when you go to the gym. When you go to the gym, if you have a strict diet, a strict workout plan, you're getting very, very good results. But the moment you stop, you just get back to being overweight, or you just lose muscle. So going to the gym is a ungrateful experience, the way running an agency is somehow ungrateful, because no matter what you do, people always leave. Of course, I have the solution to that, and I think the solution comes into like 3 simple steps. And I've seen a lot of social media marketing agency gurus doing it, because they start an agency, and if you run an agency, there is a limit to how much you can grow the agency. There are people who are making like 6 or 7 figures per month with their agencies, but I feel like a lot of agencies are going to be hitting their limit when they reach maybe 30 to 50K per month. And this is just my personal experience. That's why a lot of agency owners, they start creating online courses on how to grow and scale your agency. And they make more money through selling the course about how to build your agency than they're making money with their agencies. If you want to avoid the trap of running an agency and being worried about clients leaving, the first step I think you need to do, and this is the step I'm also taking, you need to productize your service. And the way I'm productizing my service, I already launched an online course on running Facebook ads. So in my Facebook ads course, I teach people how to target specific groups and pages. By the way, the link is in the description below, you can check it out. The moment I launched my course, I already started making as much as I would make from one client's retainer. And it's going really, really well. And as you can see, I'm somebody who is not super good in talking English. When I talk English, I stumble. But I created an online course in English, and I'm selling the online course in English, and this thing is selling a lot. Actually, a lot of people buy it. If you want to productize your service, there are two types of product you could create. The first one is an e-commerce store. Maybe you're working in the e-commerce niche and you can just outsource or dropship some products from AliExpress or Alibaba. So this is one of the options. The other option would be to go into info business. And if you want to do info business, you have many different opportunities there. You can create an online course, you can create a paid community, you can create masterminds, one-on-one coaching, etc. But here I suggest you try to figure out ways not to sell your time for money directly, because products are much easier to scale than services. Because if you scale a service, there aren't unlimited hours in the day where you could do one-on-one consultations, but there are unlimited numbers of times you could sell your online course or your physical product. So this is my first point. You need to come up with products and services. And I know that you're making money right now, and I think instead of like buying watches or maybe like fancy cars or just like buying some crypto or whatever you're buying, I think it would be a very wise investment if you put this money into developing a product. And here comes the second step, or the second point. The next thing that I'm doing, and I think you should do it as well, is to build your brand. So if you are doing the e-commerce store, or if you're doing the online course or the coaching or the masterminds, whatever, the approaches could be different. But without a brand, you are nobody. The brand, it could be a personal brand or the brand of your e-commerce store, whatever. Without a brand, people don't know who you are. And having a brand will make it much easier to sell your online courses or whatever you're selling. Whatever you're selling, if you had a huge brand online, it would be much easier. Now imagine for a second, if you had like 1 million people on your email list, if you had 1 million people subscribed to your channel, your life would be very, very different. You could get clients within one email. You make one video and you sell out your spots to your agency or whatever. So building a brand is essential, and this is why I decided to start this YouTube channel. So I'm publishing videos on Facebook ads and social media marketing and digital marketing and whatever, because on the internet I'm nobody. I don't have a name, nobody knows me. If I don't promote my products and services, nobody would even learn that I exist. That's why all those internet gurus like Alex Hormozi, Iman Ghazi, they spend so much money into developing their brand that it's insane. And this is why I'm publishing this video, with the idea to build a brand, so it's much easier for me to sell my products and services in the future. So building a brand is like a long-term investment, and building a brand compounds over time. So when I started with this YouTube channel, my videos were getting 2 views per day. Now my videos are getting 200 views per day, and it slowly grows and grows and grows. A lot of people talk about investing into the Bitcoin or investing into NASDAQ or investing into the S&P 500, but I think the biggest thing that could compound over time, so you make unlimited amounts of money, crazy amounts of money, that would be building a brand on social media. I think building a brand on social media is more valuable than having Bitcoin, is more valuable than having real estate, it's more valuable than anything in the world right now. So I think you should think about building your brand. There are many ways you could do it. I'm pretty sure that if you're in the agency business, you already know some examples. I mentioned Iman Ghazi earlier. He built his brand on YouTube. I mentioned Alex Hormozi. He built his brand on YouTube. But there are people who build brands on Twitter. There are brands that are built on podcasts. There are brands who are built on like Medium.com. So there are a lot of opportunities to build a brand today. Yeah, it's competitive. Yeah, there are a lot of people that are already making it, but imagine how your life would be different if you start today and maybe in 5 to 10 years you have this huge channel. A lot of people know you're maybe not the best in the niche, but there are some people watching and consuming your content. And this leads me to the third step, which I believe to be most important, because without this third step you won't be to implement implement the first and the second step, and I think the third step is just to play the long game, because building a product does not happen over time. For example, it took me almost a year to launch my online course. Building a brand won't happen in a few months. I'm publishing videos for 2 years now, and I have less than 1,000 subscribers. And I know many people who took years and years and years to build a brand, but without patience, without commitment, you quit on the second or the third day. Give yourself time, focus on the long-term results. I say here, if you're looking for instant gratification, you're gonna suffer a lot and you won't be able to build anything that lasts, because in the agency world, we're used to getting the money very quickly, right? I go on Upwork, I send the proposal today, tomorrow I close the client, money in the bank, boom, instant gratification. However, with my YouTube journey, I take like maybe a full day to write the script, maybe another day to record it, maybe another day to edit it, maybe a day to make the thumbnail, maybe the whole process takes me a week. So I'm working for a week, I publish the video and I get 20 views the first 6 months, and maybe on the 7th month these views starts getting some more views and kind of like starts compounding over time. So it won't happen quickly. Is it easy to do those things? No, it's not. But those who stay in the game, those who play the game long enough, I believe will be rewarded. My name is Niko and this was the video for today. Thank you for watching. Make sure you check out my online course, The Targeting Academy. Link is in the description below. It's basically an online course that teaches you how to target specific Facebook groups and pages with Facebook ads on Facebook. Yeah, make sure you subscribe to my channel, go back and watch all my previous videos, and I'll talk to you soon.